Hello, Tolu.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Wow, Mr. Galavanti. Eh?
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Man, but
Yeah, I like this your setup.
yeah, okay. I just did my table.
Microphone and everything. That's nice.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So, Bounty,
Fine for
yeah.
myself.
Where are you now?
I'm in my house in Ibadan.
Ibadan.
Yeah,
Okay.
a
What
meeting
a-
came
what
in
area
and
of Ibadan do you live?
that's Ojo area.
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, I don't really know Ibadan. I have a family who have been in Ibadan for over 60 years. I
Hmm.
visited them maybe twice, three times in my life. They normally come to Lagos, so we
Okay.
we see often in Lagos, and then yeah. But so
Yeah.
I told you, see, I'm happy you are here. I know you are very, very busy. Like it took us time to arrange this meeting because you are always going from here one place to another. So thank you very much to make from taking out the time to be here. So let's start. Let's start. See, tell my audience who you are and what you do.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. My name is Tolulope Olukokun. I'm a Nigerian. Currently, I co-founded ThinkBikes.
Yeah.
Which is a micromobility company manufacturing two and three wheelers and for last mile transportation in Nigeria. Um, Basically, that's what I do currently.
Okay. So just give us some little history about you. Where did you go to school? Because you see, why I'm asking you that because I have young people listening. Okay, so I want them to know, hey, if Tolu could do what he's doing, then me myself, I can also do it. So I like to share this kind of information with them.
Yes, I grew up in a town called Okeo. I had my primary school and secondary school education there. Okeo is in Oyo State, Kajala local government,
Okay.
and um, we I grew up in a family of seven with both parents, five children. I'm the fourth of the fifth children. And I mean, upbringing was fine. My parents believed in education.
Yeah.
They spent all their time giving us that education, all their resources as well. They were civil servants. Even though Nigeria wasn't treating them right, strikes all over, salary being owed, we used to
Yeah.
have a farm where we get things, where we find
Good
things.
one.
Yeah, we eat from it, yam, cassava, different things.
Yeah.
Education, tertiary education brought me out of Okeo to Ibadan.
Mm.
I was in the Polytechnic Ibadan. I had my ND, HND there.
In what
And
course?
mechanical engineering,
Okay.
majored in automobile, and doing my own thing because I didn't want to get entangled in the civil service work, because of the experience I had with my
Yeah, your
parents.
parents,
So
yes.
um then after which I stopped. I was working at ICT firm. I had an ICT firm for myself where I was um, making softwares for people, collecting money. I was just doing fine. At the point in school, I was having a laundry as well.
Wow.
After a laundry service, yes. After which I went for service. I came back. I was still continuing the laundry. I had car wash. I had viewing center.
So
I
you,
just
you have
wanted.
you have been a service provider of all
Uh,
sorts. That's
yes,
good. That's
because
good.
early in the days, I read a lot of books about think big and grow rich, think rich dad poor dad.
Yeah.
All of those inform that multiple stream of income is a kind of thing. But the limitation was that I wasn't thinking of maybe I wasn't aware of what they call startups. I was just planting small businesses everywhere. And
yeah, the concept of startup is relatively new, actually. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, that's then one day I got a call. Do I want to work in the Polytechnic Badon? Then I was like, okay, that's a new experience. And that took another 10 years journey, in between I was going to school to improve my education. I had another degree, another postgraduate course, then masters. At the end of the day, I have 2 masters. That's been the journey so far until I resigned. I left Polytechnic Ibadan 2021 to 2020 to join Federal University of Ekene.
Okay.
Then that's where I resigned from in 2022. I spent roughly 2 years there.
Yeah.
I resigned, then I focused on ThinkBikes, and that's where we are right now.
Good. So tell us about the story of ThinkElectric Africa. So that's the name of your company, yeah? Tell us about it.
Actually, ThinkElectric Africa is the NGO I have. Is a charity organization. Yes.
Okay.
And the mission was to promote sustainability, renewable energy, sustainable mobility.
Yes.
Like that.
Okay. So I made the mistake to think that maybe it was the umbrella company on which you used to advance the other things you're doing. So is that's
and actually you are correct.
Okay.
Correct. You are correct about that, because it was due to the activities of ThinkElectric Africa that I had a lot of these ideas. I was just trying to show people, like, my belief is that demand will create supply. So I was trying to make sure people see that if we don't have electric vehicle, our electricity might never be good. Let's have electric vehicles. Let's see whether we'll have electricity. But people were like, why are you thinking this way? Why should we have electricity when we don't have why should we have electric vehicle when we don't have electricity? I said, because we don't have a need for it. When there is a constant need for us to move and our batteries are dying on the road, we'll fix the electricity one way or the other. So I went about people thinking I was crazy. Then I started showing people how to do it. I mean, I would arguably say I'm the first person to convert a petrol vehicle to electric vehicle here, still in my compound.
Interesting.
And I was doing a lot of projects on sustainability, converting waste to biogas, making anything that promotes clean environment, green transition. And at the point I became the Global Youth Climate Network ambassador for climate change and climate action and all of that. So that was what happened with ThinkElectric Africa, showing Africans the skills. And a lot of people, in fact, that I own a YouTube channel that has about over 80,000 subscribers now, doing
interesting, very good.
Yes, doing all of these things, showing people that it can be done in Africa. We can do it by ourselves. A lot of researchers have used my video. They got back to me that it was very helpful. A lot of students, said they've been encouraged. A lot of Africans came back to say, wow, that a Black man is doing this, they are encouraged and all of that, So at the point I figured that, okay, maybe we need something to really show that this thing can work. Like one of my biogas system got over 4 million views on YouTube. And my mentors were like, this is a business. Why don't you start something? Then we started a small company to bring biogas to people. Okay, then we've been working on electric vehicle, electric bicycle, and all of that. Then we started ThinkBikes. We start manufacturing electric bicycle, electric cargo bikes. There are a lot of stories that formed that decision.
Yeah.
But ThinkElectric Africa kind of proved that we've got the skills and we could do it. And that's how we got into it. So when you mention ThinkElectric Africa, yes, that's where it all
That's the umbrella.
That's the umbrella.
Yes. Yeah.
But it wasn't meant for profit. But in order for it to be sustainable, we had to start for-profit businesses.
Yeah.
Like that. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So tell my audience a little bit of I'm sure you have so many stories, okay, attached with all this, okay.
Yeah.
So give us some that will energize some people to think. See, you thought to show that we can do it, and you actually did it, and you are doing it.
Yeah.
So tell my audience a little story that will energize them to also think about things around them.
Yeah, basically, I'm naturally a person that always finds solutions to problems. Especially because I was fortunate enough to be skilled in engineering, and uh, they embedded it in us that we are meant to solve problems. Engineers make things easy. Engineering make things easy. A whole lot of those things, Then I didn't like that. I'm left to look for a job because I graduated. I should be able to do something. So I always tell people mine is a multifaceted stories that all came together to become one thing. First is that I told you we used to have a farm while I was growing up. My mates would be in school, I would be on the farm, and we'll take the harvest on our head and transport it home in rags, in dirty clothes, and a whole lot of other things. That was an experience. It was bringing something in me. I didn't want that life. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but that's not what I wanted. Things could be done much more easy. I can still farm, but in a more modernized way with technology and all of that. You understand?
Yeah.
Then at a point, I stumbled. There was Occupy Nigeria in 2012.
Yeah.
And as I told you I was running an ICT firm. I couldn't go out. And I was just like, because there was no fuel, I was just like, why can't I get fuel? Why should my vehicle use a fuel? What's other source of energy? And I went on the internet researching, trying to see how else my vehicle could move. And I stumbled on an electric vehicle, Nissan Leaf at that time, and I called Nissan in Lagos. I was like, I heard you have an electric vehicle. They said yes, but it's not meant for Nigeria. The technology is still not meant for Nigeria due to obvious reasons, no electricity. That's what they say. No technicians. Can you bring in one for me? They said no, it will be out of warranty. Can I bring one for myself? No. Then I went to China market. I saw some glorified electric vehicle like golf carts and all of that back then. And this was like, okay, they developed their own technology for themselves, for their environment. I need to develop one for my environment too. Then I started my research. Then the result of the research brought about a patent, which I now have to practicalize. Then I started the conversion. But in that converting a vehicle to electric, I discovered that it was too expensive. I spent ample lot of time doing that. It was so expensive. I was like, oh, how can we adopt this for mass transportation and all of that? Can we get return on investment? Because of course, I didn't want to do anything that would not bring back returns.
Yeah.
So then one thing or the other came about. I was in another program looking at how, okay, then I said, okay, maybe let me just do electric bicycle. And as my idea of electric bicycle was to put it in schools or build an application for it, the ride sharing, and help students go around. But other companies beat me to it. They launched before me, and because I didn't have enough money. And I studied their model, and I saw that the culture of Nigerians not believing in bicycles still affecting the business. A lot of bicycles will be parked. Nobody is using it. And I felt like, oh, me, if I should bring money into this, I want to make money out of it because it's quite expensive. So I was looking at other ways. Then I was in a program that was talking about how we can use sustainability to affect the rural community, a lot of those things. Then I remember that there were a lot of accidents with trucks in markets. They were trying to offload. The truck will fall down, kill people.
Yeah.
Sometimes brake will fail, run over people. It was happening in different states in succession. I was just like, what is a truck doing in the market? Then the idea of electric cargo bike came, combined with the fact that I don't want to put bicycles in schools that people will not be riding. Then we switched to electric cargo bikes. Then, as at that point, we already won an innovation call by Siemens in Germany. And we got a grant.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I will use this grant to make electric cargo bikes. So as I then wanted to buy from China, and it was about $3,000, and we had about $11,000 from the grant, and I was just like, we will only be able to buy 3 bikes.
Yeah.
How does that work? Man, okay. I think I'm an engineer. Why did I go to school if I cannot make a bicycle? Then another journey started. How to make a bicycle. We make the first prototype. I spent my whole Christmas. I already resigned from my work. That prototype was nothing to write home about. It was very poor.
But it's a prototype.
It's a
prototype. You learn from it.
Yeah, yes. I learned from it, but
yeah.
I was utterly disappointed, thinking it's a piece of cake. Like I'll just get it together and it will be working fine. But thank God we got into another program in Abuja, an Israeli IFE program. They help develop ideas into reality. When they saw our prototype, they said they could help us improve it. They brought in their experts from Israel. They gave us the clues. We make the second prototype there. Then we're having some ray of hope. Then we took all the lessons, came back to Ibadan, and we made the third prototype. We now looks like, yes, this is what we want. Then from that prototype, we started making products that we sell to our customers.
Very, very good. See, I like this story. I like this story. Continue.
So it was a process of different things happening together that brought about, okay, yes, we can do it. And I have to put myself in a condition where I will not give up. I have to resign my work because the first prototype was telling you, see, you are doomed. You are about to fail. You will make your children go hungry. All of those thoughts were coming in. I was just like, will I be successful in all of these things? If I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll be thinking, why did I make these decisions? Not that it's easy right now. It's not easy, but we are getting there. We know we have a brand that people are ready to associate with. We are getting investment, we are getting grants, we are getting awards. So then it's become something that I know that we can pull through for Africa.
Wow, thank you. See, the main lesson I want my audience, especially the young people, to take away from this story is that nothing is easy.
No.
Okay. See, many people start something. They think the first bite they take will be successful. And if it's not, they give up. Okay. Instead of asking themselves, what can I learn from this? And then do it again. And then do it again.
Yeah.
You see, if people do some little reading about the journeys of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, they will find out that they are the people who have failed a lot, more than any other people. They try things and they fail. They try, they fail. They try, they fail. And this is the process of doing something great.
Yeah.
And see, Africa has a lot of talented young people. And I see my desire is to see them try things over and over and over again, never giving up. Yes, they might switch a little bit, but if they have a purpose, they focus on that purpose, and I want to solve something in this area, they try so many things to achieve that goal. So I thank you very much for your story.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So you mentioned you were, I don't know if you still are, you were in 2021 a global youth climate network ambassador.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I believe that only through technology, and I suppose you do too, can help resolve the global climate change crisis. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, however, I also don't think that the state of the technologies of the renewables, okay, are efficient and cost effective enough to power the development of Africa's need. Okay, so we have to use our abundant fossil fuel reserves. What do you think? What's your thought about that?
Yeah, well, that's a debate
Yeah,
you
okay.
will not win with me.
I
Number
like
one,
this.
let me start from where you first mentioned. A lot of people sometimes get it right the first time and they think it's easy,
Okay.
not knowing they needed a process of
Yeah.
time to learn.
Okay.
I thank God we didn't get it right the first time, because
Yes.
we would have crashed so badly
Later on.
Because even it took the intervention of one of my mentors from UK that says, oh, you now have product that people are using, stop production. I was like, no, why? People are making demand. I said, stop production. Get feedback from those ones first.
Yeah.
And because of the feedback, we've been able to improve, coming up with second generation, third generation, fourth generation, fifth generation. And that process of wait, stop, let people tell you what is working.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
Very
helpful
good.
for us. Now we have what we can call something that competes with international standard. So it's always good to learn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Even if you think it's going fine, and if it's going fine, mostly is
that's
happening.
where you need to get some feedback. Yeah.
And that's where you need to get feedback. If not, you will think you are master of it all.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that in.
Okay.
And when it comes to Africa and the energy sector and trying to transition, it's a lot of debates. It's chicken and egg. And the truth is that one solution cannot fit it all.
Yes.
Yes, it involves a number of investments. It's costly, but the investments are, I mean, the cost or prices are really crashing down.
Okay.
You know, we have companies manufacturing solar panels now in Nigeria.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, might not be so competitive, but then they're coming there. More investment into it means they are able to do more with economic of scale and all of that. But we won't say, oh yeah, depend on so source of energy alone. We'll say a mix of it.
Okay.
Hybrid of so many.
Okay. I agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. So let us make a commitment to cut down fossil fuel as a source of energy.
Well,
Let's
see, in Africa, we are not actually okay. Now, okay, let me back up.
Okay.
We use a lot of fossil fuel because we in Nigeria, let's focus on Nigeria. Okay. I'm sure in Ibadan,
yeah,
in your neighborhood, I'm sure there are more than 100 generators in the space of 1 square mile. In fact, maybe 1,000.
I understand, okay. Right?
Now that is a problem.
It's
okay,
because
a big problem. Now, if we had working commercial electrical plants that provide electricity to all those residents, we won't have that. Every household have 1-2 generators.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have that. Okay, but like you said, because of we are yet to industrialize. Okay, we need a lot of energy to power our houses, to power our businesses, to power our factories, which we actually need. Okay, so my point is that the state of renewables, the technologies and the costs are not readily available to everyone to help us.
Let me bring it down this way, or break it down this way. Are we focusing on sustainability? Are we focusing on affordability? Now, the two always come into play.
Yes.
When we are talking about transition, it's all about cost and cost and cost and cost. But there are a lot of models that doesn't put the cost on you. Right now, I'm on inverter. Right now that I'm here, I'm on inverter. My office is on inverter. Because I could afford it, right? That's an argument. But the truth is that the ROI in the long run, it pays me better than buying fuel. Not a lot of people will think about it. So one of the problem of Africa is being cash poor. We don't have that cash to put on ground to get things. Whereas everybody demands for cash. And that's what is happening, or what is a kind of advantage of being in an advanced country. You don't pay cash for everything. You pay over time. But in Africa, you pay cash down.
Yeah.
So now, until we start having this financing model, before we take away our mind from whether it's costly or not, that's one. Two is, we know affordability drives everything. Fuel is still affordable. That's why people are using generator. By the time subsidy and all of that is removed, it becomes more expensive. Then you begin to look for alternative. Then you see a mini grid merchant saying, you can just pay me for what you use from this solar energy plant or mini grid that I've erected in your area. And they get you connected. And you're paying. And you're getting your power. And you're using it per time. Pay for what you use. Pay as you go. So we have so many grids, mini grids out there.
That's interesting.
A lot of people, yes. RE here, Rural Electrification Agency, have done so well in that. A lot of people tell me, how does rural community use your back? I say, see, electricity is no more a problem in rural communities.
Really?
Yes. In some.
In some.
Yeah. Because it takes an amount of investment to take these mini grids there. But statistics have shown us that most of these mini grids are underutilized. That is why RE here are saying they want productive use of equipment. They want us to have our bikes in all these places so that people can use their grid to charge. People have, in some communities, they have access, but they are underutilized. They are generating more than people are consuming.
Interesting.
That's another problem to be solved. So at the point, we will not be saying everybody go and buy your inverter system, go and buy your solar panel. A mini grid can supply a house. And you pay for what you use, as against what national grid should be doing. Now, when we say if national grid is available, people will not be using generator, which is fine. But what's the source of that national grid? Is it not generating more emission? Is it everything that is hydro? No. We have thermal, we have coal, we have this. We have gas plants and all of that. Combination of it is what we use. But we don't know where the source comes from. But the source is not always clean. Hydro and few others are clean. Now, so there are a lot of arguments around these things, and it depends on what we are ready to do. Mini can supply, and you pay for what you use. You don't necessarily need the cost of implementation. And if you really want to stand alone like my own, you pay for it ahead of time. And there are some other systems that will say pay over time, or you get some sort of financing for it. So it depends on what we are looking at and how we are looking at it in general. That's what I wanted to do.
It's good. It's interesting and nice that we have mini grids. Because ultimately we need a lot of electric power. See, what we are envisioning is an industrialized Africa. Okay, and electricity is the means to industrialize our continent. Yeah. Very good. So, what's your view and biggest concern about Africa's development in the 21st century?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about all of this in many meetings I've been opportune to be. When they say Africa is the future, it doesn't look like it's the future for us Africans. Yes, it looks like it's the future for foreigners. They are still milking us. And they come here with big amount of money for investment. And we celebrate unicorns, but it does not ripple down to the common man, to the bottom of the pyramid. And I'll explain how.
Okay.
All these investment coming into Africa are coming in for software solutions.
Okay.
They call it tech. Now to be able to work in a tech company, you need some level of skill.
Yeah.
Not for the people below the pyramid. And we have more people in poverty than average people.
Yeah.
Now, how do you get them engaged? Statistics have already shown us that Africa is highly deficient in infrastructure. Now, and in that, we say we only can invest in software tech companies.
Yes.
Now, but when we have manufacturing, when we have production, when we have value addition companies and all of this, people with little skill, people at the bottom of the pyramid can always get a job job that will give them work. But we refuse to invest in those.
Okay. Now,
foreigners refuse to invest in those.
No, hold on. Before you say foreigners,
yeah,
who is supposed to start those kind of manufacturing things before we now start looking for investors?
Whether we like it or not, I was trying to debunk this notion of Africa is the future and all of that. And you were asking me for the challenges. The bulk of the money for investment is not within, it's coming from outside.
Yes, and that's how it is everywhere else.
Okay, so that's why I'm talking about it this way.
Yeah, but my point
we
is
are supposed to start it.
Yes,
right?
Good.
And that's one of the examples of what we are doing at ThinkBikes.
Exactly.
It's not easy. I'm coming there.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but it's for a purpose. Then can I tell you that since we started, there has been a lot of proposals to come to UK, to come to US, to come to this, to come to that.
And then you say no.
And they end up saying brain drain. All right. But all the enabling environment to support what I'm doing is not there.
Yes, I agreed.
It's so difficult. Then at a point, okay, let me tell you something. Everything was smooth. We were getting our products, our components like electric motor that we cannot get locally and everything from China. And CBN policy just came and tightened up the foreign exchange stuff.
Yeah.
And for more than 6 months, I was struggling to send money to China. And I have to pay salaries. I have to get things done. Within 6 months, what have they done to me in this country?
Yeah.
And everybody that has a vested interest in ThinkBikes and what we are doing says it's time to get out of the country. You see, I want to do good, but the policies and the environment is not supporting. Yeah. So we have problems within, we have problems without. There are a lot of challenges. You ask for them. What are the challenges? These are the challenges.
Yeah.
People making policies doesn't know what they are doing.
I agree.
People that knows what they are doing are out of the country looking for
I agree too.
A better environment. They come in, they are investing in the wrong thing. Yeah, not the wrong thing, because investors always want.
Okay, they invest in what is available, what is going to give them returns.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we all pose a problem. So
yeah,
how is Africa the future if you are not investing in this thing? I was at COP27, and Africa is having less than less than 1% or 5% of the total investment of total climate finance.
Mm.
Yet, they have shown us from day one, Africa is most susceptible to the climate change.
Yep.
They will
Yep.
suffer more. And we are the one getting the least investment. How do you rationalize that?
Okay. Tolu, the point, my see, all everything you said is true. But my point is this. Okay. And maybe I'm naive. Is a Chinese or an American or a European going to come to Africa to identify the problem in this community, in that community, and start a business to solve it?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Africans.
Yeah, I get your
Those
point.
of us who, like you,
yeah,
okay, and young people,
yes,
who are in that community,
yeah,
need to start.
of course.
Good.
But I will tell you in your opening, you said that Africans are well talented. We have
we are.
And
We are.
that is evident even in developed countries, because
Yes.
every name that matters, Africans are there.
Yes.
Now, but we refuse to use those talents back home. Now, and what are the reasons why? The enabling environment, the wrong policies, the lack of funding. An African does not believe in the next Africa.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's a problem. Our government have refused to believe in us. They are not investing in us. And these are the reasons why people have to look for something else. See, every Nigerian, every African wake up with tons of ideas, but there is no way. Once you have the idea, the next person to you will already tell you it cannot work.
Well, that still happens here.
So
okay? It happens everywhere.
So basically, we are the one to do it. And I will tell you, I've met a lot of talented young, even on this your program, you must have met a lot.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. So we will continue to do what we need to do, hoping the help we need will come. We need help, no doubt. Yeah. And part of it is funding, and part of it is the right policy that helps small businesses.
And the most important thing is the right policies. See, if the right policies are enacted, more young people will be more energized. Yeah. Because they will see, okay, this thing is possible. Yeah. Now the government is supporting with the right policies. Yeah. Okay. And then they work hard to make these things happen. Yeah. So now the question is this. Yeah. How do we get the people, the policy makers on board? How do we get them on board to enact the right policies?
So Professor Mulumba said that Africans love their oppressors. I'm telling you the fact. This last election in Nigeria baffled me a lot. Sincerely. I was saying that for the antecedents, for everything that has happened in the past 8 years, Nigerians want a change of government. It's a lie. It does not reflect. Now, by the time we don't get it right at the ballots, and when we are not fielding the right people in positions, then we'll continue in the same problem. Yeah. So my own solution is that let everybody that mean a lot come back home and let's start doing things in the political power. Lobbying is no more working. Lobbying is, you are not lobbying for yourself. You lobby, they give you a position, you forget the problem. Everybody is now fighting for themselves. Yeah. So how do we get people to make the right policy? Let us have the right people in positions. Talking to this set of people is not working, obviously. You know, I'm not giving up on the country. Of course, I'm still here. I have access to go anywhere I want in this world. I have access to choose not to live here and still have my business here. But the issue is, I'm not even built up for that environment. Like I hate cold.
I do too.
So a lot of things would not make me to stay there permanently, where I can hit as many things as I want in Africa. But then we need to start getting involved in the political powers, in the political system of our nation, so that with the information we have, and if you ask me, do I have a political ambition? Yes. It's just that I don't have the big wig, the money and everything I need yet. But I'm a voice in my local area. I influence people with my thoughts. I influence people with what I think is right.
Yeah.
So there's no one solution to it, but we keep. I know entrepreneurship can bring about solutions. Yes. And I know being part of the leadership system, the political system, is also a solution.
Yeah.
But people shy away from it. They say politics is dirty, blah, 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 and all of that.
Now,
but if we continue to close our eyes for these people to continue.
Maybe I'm wrong, but this is it. This is what I've discovered, because I've been talking online for the last since 2018. Okay. And I comment and I debate with a lot of young Africans.
Yeah.
And I discovered this. Young Africans don't read. Young Africans do not want to engage in ideas. Okay.
You want my take on that?
And I think for us to be successful in what we're looking for, it starts with ideas. What do you think?
First of all, we've had so many professors, we've had so many doctors, so we have education.
Yeah.
But in learning those education, it didn't build us for our problems. It does not reflect our environment. It reflects another environment, which people are running to right now.
Okay.
Most of the education we have is not about us. It's either the story has been distorted, manipulated for them. So in a way, it might piss people off, right? But we still have people, like I told you, I have about 7 certificates.
Yeah.
They informed my exposure.
Yeah.
But that's not why I'm living right now. I'm not living on those certificates right now. And a lot of people feel like, what's the essence of my distinction when I cannot even get a job? One way or the other, the education system has failed a lot of people. They are disappointed. And if you are good, you will just see the Western world coming for you.
Yeah.
They open their doors for you, say, come.
Yeah.
Come. All of these things are culminating into, okay, even if I read, what's the essence? And some will just say, once I have my NC, once I have my NG is enough, I'll go into business, I'll be better off. And a whole lot of things is wrong. It's like a facetious circle where everything is just revolving around the same time. Nobody is trying, except jackpotting. Everybody just want to go out and say, no, I just want to get out of this country. I cannot, nothing can happen else. I'm hearing yesterday that somebody that is, everybody is traveling, not minding their status. So education, people not liking to read. If it's about education, these are the reasons, but not enough reasons.
Now,
but when it comes to reading books of thoughts from great minds and all of that, well, I think a lot of people have it as an hobby to read.
Not a lot. See,
because my early days, it's the books that informed a lot of my ideas.
See, my parents were teachers. Okay, so from day one, I love books. See, if you have a chance to look around me, I have three shelves in this place. Okay, books, 3 shelves. Look at that, books. books everywhere. Okay.
Mm.
See, I love books because, see, if you want to achieve something, there's nothing that any human being wants to achieve in the world, in this world today, that nobody else has thought about. Okay, like you started your company, and you needed help from people, who some other people who know something about it. Okay? There's nothing so hard in this world that other people haven't thought about, and most likely have written books about them.
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate that a young African will always want to survive and be in that constant mode of survivor, not get ready to do anything else.
Okay.
So these are the problems. These are obvious problems. So I don't know how we can get out of it.
So I'm trying to encourage people to read books. Okay.
Yes.
I know it's hard. I know it's tough.
It's always great to read from great minds. It will inform you, and ideas will come from that too.
Look at you. I'm sure your drive is based on the kind of information you have taken from books over time.
Yes.
Books. And if you look at every successful entrepreneur, all of them read.
Yeah.
So for me,
it's essential.
Schooling is the beginning. Okay. After schooling and certificates, that's for me, that's when your education starts.
Yeah. We need to make things better, because people see it as luxury, a light thing. You are in the plane, you are reading, you are in the bus, you are reading. They say, it's a body, is an elite.
Exactly.
But the truth is, it's because they are in a survival mode. They don't think about anything else. But you can do beyond survive when you read a book that will really bless your life.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to teach young Africans. See, we're in survival mode. Yes, most of those things may not be our fault, but you can improve your life by learning from people others who have been in this place, in the place where we are today.
Yeah.
Maybe a century ago.
Yeah.
And the lessons they learned from their own journey can do something for you.
Definitely.
So I'm hoping that young Africans will dedicate some time to pick up a book and read.
I'm a product of many books. And I know them by heart, and I still keep them, and I encourage everyone to pick a book, especially on reference or search for it. And technology has improved on a lot.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be hard copy. It could be soft copy. Audio book. Just get to hear from other people. What's Think and Grow Rich.
It's up there in my shelf.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Is that
Rich Man in Babylon? All of this psychology of persuasion.
Exactly.
All of these books. What they've done for me, I still feel the effects today. Like people say I'm a born marketer. I just talk to you about what I want you to acquire, and you naturally feel guilty of not getting it. So I knew it was from these books I got those skills, and I just felt like, I could do this. Then I try it out, and it works.
I have the Joseph Campbell, the hero with 1,000 faces. See, all these things, that's the hero's journey. See, if you read these things, you now realize that so what I've been going through is not unique to me. Some thousands of millions of people have gone through it.
Definitely.
Okay, so what can I learn from their own stories to help me, propel me
Yeah.
to be successful at mines.
That's light bulb moment.
Yeah.
Light
Yeah.
insight is
Yeah.
very essential. Yeah.
So what's your advice to young Africans? Don't tell them to read the book. We have already told them that. Okay. So what other advice can you give to young Africans to help them contribute to their society?
You see, I mean, it's always like, are you sleeping or are you closing your eyes? What are you doing? Because if you look around us, like 60% of this conversation have revolved around so many problems we are facing.
Yes.
And they won't go away until somebody chooses to
exactly.
solve
Them. Exactly.
So for my advice is adopt a problem to solve. It's always rewarding solving a problem. There is no two way about it. I don't know at what capacity you choose to solve it. I don't know at what level you think, but just say this problem is mine and I want to solve it.
Yeah.
And go at all lengths to do that. And learn about it. Do all you can to make sure that problem is solved to a level you will say, yes, I have tried my best.
And tell me, what is the extra reward for being able to solve that problem?
There are a lot of it. I've got so many recognitions worldwide. Places I never thought I could be, I've got it. I've got there. I've had most of my travels, all expenses paid with 5-star hotel, feeding and everything. If you see me in a plane, I'm not paying for it. and it comes only by saying, by what I'm doing. And apart from that, you can also make a living from solving problems, because there's this thing in entrepreneurship. If you solve a pain, people will pay for it.
Yeah.
So what I discovered is that every one of us know the problem. We talk about it on TV, in our houses, in every meeting. And after that, everybody goes home.
Yeah.
The people that will benefit, that will be rich, your next billionaire in your community is the person that is taking an advantage to solve the problem.
Yeah.
There is always this illustration of two brothers that got their inheritance. And they all discovered that water is a problem and they wanted to do water business. So this guy went to buy a lot of buckets. I was fetching water, carrying it to the community. I was making money fast. And this other guy was like, oh, I cannot carry bucket. I was like, okay, let me build a pipe. And he built a pipe for so long a time. This guy was making money, was the biggest boy in town. You know, they weren't using bucket. But by the time the pipe is built, it's a system.
Yeah.
You just turn it on, sell the water, and cross leg
for
a long time. That made the last big boy in town run out of business.
Yeah.
You know, because while transporting it by himself, half of it is already, spilled.
Wasted, yes.
And this, so at a point in time, you discover that when you are solving a problem, you are creating a system that will be a continuous way of bringing in resources and all of that. So there is no two way about it. Even in all the religion setting that I know, they say work and pray. You work, then you pray. A lot of people tend to pray before they work, but that's not the order. You work, then you pray. So it's always good to be hardworking. Even when people think you are not doing anything that makes sense, keep doing it.
Yeah.
And breakthrough will surely come.
Very good. Very good. So, Tolu, thank you very much for being here again. Let me ask you my last question.
Yeah.
What's your vision for Africa in the next 20 to 30 years' time?
That's so long a time.
It's not. Before you know it, it's gone. I still remember myself as a young boy. Now I'm 50.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say it's a long time, because in a matter of 5 years and 10 years, a lot of things will happen in Africa.
Okay.
yes, like the future of Africa will be that people don't have to run away before they make ends meet, in Africa. And it's not going to come by default, it's going to come by every hands put on deck, because the awareness is getting across. People
Yeah.
are now making reasonable demands on the
Yeah.
leadership, and they are rejecting whatever they think is wrong. So the poverty is still there. By the time we do away with this poverty mentality,
Yeah.
then you are not easily manipulated
Yeah.
to do what is not right. So this thing is going to happen. Then electric vehicle will become more prominent in Africa. The transition is real, and if you are not in the wave, then you'll be out of it. So yeah, so pick up a skill in anything sustainable, anything that supports or promote the SDG. And because we are still going to audit it by 2030, right, to see how far we have come on those goals. And if you're able to put yourself in that setup to see that you promote SDG, you help in fulfilling those goals or achieving those goals, yes, you remain relevant for a very long time. And that's why I said 20, 30 years seems so long.
Yeah, I get
2030 is one of the marks that we are looking at to see where we've been in Africa. More awareness for investment are coming in, especially for climate related matters, climate finance. And I just know that Africa is a great place to be in the next 10 years.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I share your vision. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why I do this. Talk to you, who is actually on ground doing the work. Okay. I've talked to many of you, and I want to encourage all the young people to follow your lead. Yeah. Thank you very much for being a
thank you
great
for
guest
having me. Thank you. And continue with what you're doing, because we need the exposure. We need to talk about it. Yes.
Yeah.
Because talking about it also allow people to have a change of heart.
Yeah.
And more insight into what they may not know already. So thank you for what you are doing. And I know you are not getting paid, but you are leaving your time and resources to talk about the stories.
Yes.
I appreciate
this my own contribution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Take care.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.